Priestess of the Galactic Spiral Line. Okay, hold that thought for 1 second before we jump into it. It's about to get real. Going down for real. Going down for reals. For reals. Going down for reals. Going down for reals. Okay, for reals. All right, lovelies. So we are in day 6. Can you believe how fast this is going by? Dang. I almost feel like you don't even really have to try to concentrate or do anything. You're just going to be like you're just in the flow of this energy, doing your thing. We only have 4 more days left of this. It's freaking Thursday already. What? Can't do it. Can't. So, first thing up, first. I just finished a newsletter on my webpage. I had to put it there. Some information that you're going to want to pay attention to. Yeah, you're going to want to pay attention. Lots to talk about today. Yesterday was on fire, but today is going to be like, whoo. Okay, so we're going to step into the blue galactic monkey, which is today. And it says, I harmonize in order to play. Modeling illusions, I seal the process of magic with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of vision. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. Hey, sister. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Because it's, what was that song in Fast and Furious 7? Going down for real. Yeah. California was busy in the skies last night. It was busy in the skies last night. I mean, I saw things like, dang, look at you. Look at you. Look at your colors. You're here, aren't you? Yeah. So I'm going to take you through a journey of what's about to happen. Oh, what's that song? Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. You got nowhere to run, baby. Nowhere to hide. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get pardoned? I wonder why. Okay, so the color is blue. The planet is Venus. The chakra is the throat. The earth family is cardinal. There's no room today because it's a box and it's a different energy. My response to his own projections, all there is mind. Everything that exists is a projection of the mind. Oh, that's kind of scary. What do you mean, a projection of the mind? All that exists is a projection of the mind. Okay. I can see that. I can see what that's doing. Okay. I got it. So, yeah, nowhere to run, nowhere to run, baby. Nowhere to hide. As I was writing the article, I have that statement in the article. So you'll have to go over to galacticspiralite.com. That's my webpage. And go down to the bottom and hit the WordPress button, and that'll take you directly into the article that I already put up for December, as well as today's article. You're gonna want to read it, okay? Because some of the things I put in that article I cannot talk about here right now on this platform. But I do see several type of movie coming into play that's going to happen. I don't know. I just see. Let's start off with Queen Elizabeth. Can I take you back to that one? Let's start off with that one. Now, you know, it's free on YouTube and on Tubi, but I think you can only see it on YouTube here. Queen Elizabeth 1 and 2. Okay, even the golden years, the second one. So in the first one, Queen Elizabeth, they kept trying to get her married off. Pay attention, pay attention. Kept trying to get her to stay in the program, to be in the program. You got to do as we tell you. And then she finds out who's for her and who's not for her. And then she finds out who all has it in for her demise. She sees who's all plotting and planning against her. Okay? And then she does that one thing, and I'm going to reiterate it. I've said it several times on my channel. She finally says she's done. She's looking at the paperwork, and she's like got that look on her face. And her successor, or her guardian, or her informer, whatever role he plays, he says, they do not expect you to survive or to live. And she said, well, what they say here is treasonous. This is treasonous against their queen. She says that. She gets all upset. And all of a sudden, you see this look come over her face. And she says, then let them sign it. And then let it all be done. Let it all be done. That's where we are right now. Somebody signed it. And then in the movie, yes, they've all signed it, saying, I'm doing this for our country because she cannot rule. Okay, they sign it. And then you see, as the music is playing, that big opera, da, 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 and you see her warrior soldiers getting prepared, and they have on their red lapel and their red hats. And they grab their swords. Pay attention how I said that. And they're getting ready, and they're getting their weapons, and they just walk into places that were the ones on the list. And exterminated them all. So they were no longer a threat to her ruling. Yeah, I see that. That's happening right about now. That's why I said there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That team, those particular guardians, are already here and are already tracking those other dark beings who have committed harm and think that they're getting away with it. Oh, hell no, you ain't getting away with nothing. They coming. They coming for you. So as I'm writing the article, I just kept laughing because I was seeing the imagery of how you're here one minute, you just go the next. Might be a pair, you might have a shoe, a tie, or something left. I don't know. Maybe them little cuffs that you wear in your little shirts. That might be the only thing left of you. Do we need to get popcorn? Do we need to get the best seats ever? Like for sure, like the movie on Earth is going to be so epic. Epic. I take great pleasure in knowing that this is how it's going to go down. And I'm going to enjoy the justification, the great divine punishment that will be handed out, silenced. Maybe some might not go silently, but it's going to be handed out. And then we get to sit back and say, then let it all be done. I'm loving it. Whip it up. In shape. Am I having too much fun with that? Yeah. God. I don't know what's more exciting. Getting 50% off of something that I wanted, or either having all this happen like a big ass Christmas present. Take statement number 2, please. And then as I'm writing the article, I come into this part where they're showing me. It's so funny. As I'm writing the article and I'm telling everything and I'm saying what the message was, blah, blah, blah. They're showing me this huge like store. And they're showing me this, hi, pretty Nikki. They're showing me this, like one of these dark beings that God pardon, are running down the aisle, and there's this huge violet light chasing it, and it descends down on the person, and it goes poof. And then I saw myself picking up the mic, and I said, I'll clean up on the aisle 7. Make sure to reboot that ultraviolet light, please. And I called it Earth Aisle 7. Reboot that ultraviolet light, please. Clean up. I was just laughing my ass off because it was so funny. Such a good visual. Now, let's drop back into Sacred Heart space and get a little bit serious. Whipping time. No, my new song this morning, I woke up with nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Got nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Oh my gosh, this is just too much fun for my heart. My heart can't handle it because it's just too funny. Oh, this is going to be exciting. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be like one of those people that's sitting back going, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Hurry up, hurry up. Don't let that one get away. Okay, so that's the kin we're in. So when we talk about the magic and we talk about the vision, what is the vision? What is your vision? What are you holding the vision energy of? Okay, what's the vision? Yesterday we were in the spirit energy, and that was very evident on the video I did yesterday, because a big spirit ball of light of an ancestor came up after I was done ripping in to about how we as women can't be putting up with that energy, and we're not going to tolerate it. So one of the things that's happening now is you got to read the newsletter. Okay, you got to go over to the newsletter and read it. All right? Because you're going to want to get some of these things on board. Okay? Spirit was very strong and adamant about me getting this back on board. And I was like, I thought I was doing it. And you know what happens when you're going through upgrades and you're leveling up, and as you keep time jumping, certain things you start forgetting to do. Okay, because it was something as a routine of what you used to do. But because you keep moving faster and faster and accelerating in the higher self, you forget those things. Okay, so when something flashes and it keeps bugging you, like I said it yesterday, certain things will keep showing up. It's because it's trying to get your attention. Okay, trying to get your attention for a reason. Okay, something that it wants you to do, or you might need to take it for a short period of time as we're going through these celestial lights. So I got my notes, what I was getting information on, but let me tell you. Okay, so the night before, I didn't bring it up. So I just cut the lights out, just got into bed. Okay, not last night, night before. And I said, God, it feels really intense. Like it was real quiet outside. There was nothing going on. I mean, it's quiet. And so I'm laying down and getting comfortable, and I'm getting into my sleep. And it had to have been maybe an hour or something. Right when you start going into your sleep, you start feeling, you're sleeping. And then all of a sudden, I felt this boom, boom, bump up against my bed. Yeah, I had a headache. I had a headache when someone just asked me if I felt the earthquake, the 7.0. I had a headache this morning. And I was like, God, why is my head banging? I thought I was going to have a day of just staying in the bed. But, yeah, I had a headache. Not to mention what happened last night. So let me finish up what happened the night before. So the bump hits my bed. Okay, I sit straight up. When I sit straight up, something got knocked over on my altar here. Went cling, and then it went straight out the door. I said, oh, they fighting in the ethers. So they came through and they're fighting through the ethers. Got it. Okay. I laid back down, went back to sleep. So last night, I took my medicine bath. And I knew my energy was going to be moving up my spine. So I just let it move up through my spine because it was going to go into the crown and come up through there. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, the energy's up in my crown. I didn't release it out. It's up in my crown. But I felt after I got out of the bath, I got myself situated, and I'm checking in on the cats and checking on the little one. I'm chit-chatting, and I come back into the room, and all of a sudden my spine just felt like something just went straight up, and it just stopped right in the center. And it just sat there. And I was like, oh, what the hell is this? And I just remember moving my shoulders, and I started moving it and trying to release it. And then it shot up and went straight up into my crown. And I was like, whew. And then it just, and I was like, oh, I think I just want to lay down. And I was in so much pain the way it was moving. I was laid over my bed, and Kitty jumps up, and she's all like, meow, 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 meow. I said, translation, what's going on with you? What's happening? I said, it's in my spine. She goes, oh, I get that all the time. Just move through it. And I was like, what? You're a cat. Well, yeah, I'm telling you what to do. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I took a breath, and then all of a sudden it dissipated. And I was like, okay, and that's when it settled. So I'm thinking everything's okay. So I go to bed. And this is why I'm telling you guys, everybody, Be So Light Tribe, get ready. Okay, it's time to get ready. So I go to bed. I'm thinking, gosh, I'm so tired. I just can't wait to go sleep. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. So next thing I know, in the dream, I'm in this building. Feels like a hospital. And I'm like, okay, okay, let's see how this plays out. So I'm walking and I feel two other people behind me, and they're all dressed in this white. And I'm like, okay, they're all wearing white, same outfit. And I go, oh, where are we going? Because when you pop into dreams like that, you're on a different dimension, and you have to, in order to find out where you are, you have to acknowledge where you are and find out who is behind you and what's the game plan. Okay, so you'll know what you got to do. And as I'm walking down these corridors, these doors and stuff are slightly open, and I see people in there. They've got tubes and everything connected to them, and they're getting blood taken out of them. And I'm like, what the hell? Where am I? And all I'm hearing is, well, in order for us to run more tests on you, we have to take some data from you. We need to get your blood. And I'm like, but I feel fine. I'm not sick. I feel fine. I feel great. So, no, that's not, our tests are showing something entirely different on you. And we need to get blood from you in order to come up with a conclusion of what is happening with you. And I'm like, but I feel fine. You don't need to get any blood. I feel fine. I feel great. Oh, well, that's what you're saying now. So these two, and they were male, walking behind me. They had their little clipboards, and I'm seeing like this high fluorescent like light, and I'm like, where the hell am I? I'm gonna light your asses up right now. And I'm like, okay, just keep it together. And it said, okay, we're gonna make a left up here and go down the corridor to the left where we're gonna go to the laboratory. They go, oh, okay. So they're walking behind me. And they're trying to like keep up on me. And then I said, fuck you. And I took off and went to the right. Took off running. They were like, hit a notification thing on the wall. And they said, code, we have one escaping. And they start chasing me. And I said, oh, hell no, we ain't doing this chasing thing again. I am not doing this. I'm a priestess of my work. I'm not doing this. I'm going to put you all down. So I make it to the end of the corridor, and I make this leap, and I jump, and then it changes. And I'm like, ooh. And when it changed, I was like, I'm not in this. Wake up. And I open my eyes, and I'm like, oh, hell no, you ain't getting my blood. Nope. You ain't getting my blood. No. I told you I was fine, but you're going to take me to the left, and you want my blood. No, you ain't getting it. You ain't drawing no blood. I went to the right and got out of there. So heads up, if you find yourself in some kind of hospital setting, or maybe a medical office that might look like that, but it's not. And they're trying to get you to go do a test. So I lay back down, and then I go back into a time when I was working as a nurse on a med-surg unit. And I remember this mother had just delivered her baby, and she was from Laos country. It was a Pacific island country. And I remember she's the one that taught me about this. She was making a protest about the fact she just had her baby and she wanted her placenta. And the nurses and doctors were in there telling her that she can't have it. She can't take the baby can't have the placenta that came out of her body that she had grown with for 9 months or whatever. She didn't have a rights to it. So they said no, you can't have it. She says, no, it is my right to have this. I need this. This belongs to me. She made a big fuss. She was threatening to sue. So the head medical board person, whatever, had to come down with some forms that she had to sign so that she could get her placenta. So then they gave it to her. They had it all in a bag and had her name on it. And they wrapped it up and they gave it to her. It's okay there. And they left out. And they were all in a huff. So I just waited until everybody got out of there. And I said, why are you collecting your placenta? She says, because it's a part of me and it has everything in there that I need to recover after giving birth. And I'll take part of this, make a shake out of it. My mother-in-law and my mom will make it for me because they take care of me as I'm recuperating. They'll make a shake out of it, or they'll cook part of it with my meal, and I eat that, and it helps to renourish my body back. So I come back. I'm not spacey, left dehydrated of self. And then she says I take the other part of it, and I'll go buy a fruit tree or a rose bush or something, and I'll take that part and give it to the earth to say thank you. And then I plant my plant on it. And then I watch it as it grows, knowing that a part of me and my child is connected to that. And when she told me that, I was just like, wow, I never thought of that. That's beautiful. And she says, your culture doesn't teach you guys that. They take it away from you. And I remember what she said. She said, where do you think the placentas go? She didn't say nothing else after that. And I said, well, they wrap them up and they put it in the hazard bag and they put it in hazard. She goes, sure about that? I have never forgotten what she said to me when she said that. And I woke up with that feeling this morning with that thought in my head. Like I was right back talking to her, and I had that thought in the newer energy of me right now, looking at that saying, now I know where they go. And they don't go in the trash. Hence the word why I was having the dream of why they were chasing me to get that. So, in the article on my webpage on WordPress, you have to go read it because there's some medicine there for you to understand and to start implementing. Because I can't say it here, but I can show you. So, the amount of celestial light that's coming in right now started coming in yesterday. Remember I told you? So now it's heavy, inundated right now. You're so welcome, lovely. It's heavy right now, which is why we had a 7.0 earthquake. Thank you, sister. That I was talking about a few days back, saying, oh, it's going to be somewhere. If it's not over here, it's going to be, but it's not done yet. That's the start here. It's got to make another point and then drop down. And then it's going to connect. It's going to make this triangle effect. Okay? So I don't know where the next point's going to be. But all my light gritters, crystal gritters out there that work with the planetary light grids, start marking it. Okay? So mark the Pacific Coast, Oregon coastline, the first one. 7.0. So they had everything on a tsunami alert, but the only thing I felt was the headache, the heavy headache. Like my head was just swimming, like, what is this? I'm feeling like this swooshing pressure, and then boom, 1044. Notice the numbers, 1044. It hit. It's heavy. You keep hearing tsunami when you told me. Yeah. So let's just put it like this. How do I say this? The sky was quite busy last night. And I think it's kind of interesting that we had an earthquake. Because it was a 7.0 in the waters. Who went down in the water? Who's fighting in the waters? Because they're fighting above us and they're fighting below us. We got a water war going on, and we got the air war going on. We're in the middle. Like I told you before, this is not our war. This is stuff that's been going on before us. And they just kind of use us in the middle as the resource builders and moving us along, hurting us along in between what they do. Okay? We are not out of the spiritual warfare yet. And anyone talking about, oh, it's all over, everything's good. No, shut up. It is not over with. We're just really starting to get started in it. And it has to get cleaned up. So this portal work we've been doing, when we talk about spirit, when we talk about vision, what is the energy that we're holding? The message is mind responds to its own projection. All there is mind. Everything that exists is the projection of the mind. So if they fear-base us in believing certain things are going to come and get us, like certain illnesses that they're conjuring up and it's going to come and play. No, we're not consenting to that. I am not allowing you into my mind space so that you can attack it. So there was some kind of alert that went out about beware on your phones, don't do any texting. Something weird was posted about texting. And this was like CNN or something putting that, and I said, okay, what are these goofy people doing? And then it came up again. So this is why I tell everybody, you need to be on signal or either wire. Okay, because all these other places are going to have inundation and it's going to be corrupted to the hilt. It's going to be all kind of crap coming through. You're not going to be able to get in contact with certain people of your connection because it's going to be interfered with. This is why signal and wire and X are so great to have right now. Because these are hooked into Starlink. So, I'm going to tell you something I came across. So I was talking to you yesterday about the silver cord, okay? How important it is to keep that strong, okay? So I was making my notes, and I got more info. Then I came across something I was reading, and I never heard of it before, and it's called the Starfire Ceremony. Do you know what a Starfire Ceremony is? Oh, this is going to piss you off when I tell you what it is. But it is also an understanding why certain people approach other people for this. So a starfire ceremony, very well known for back in the day, where they would harvest women that were on their moon cycle and take that from them. And these particular beings would drink it because it would give them longevity and would revitalize them. I just want you to think about that, what I just said. It's called Starfire Ceremony. Starfire Ceremony. Yeah, I didn't know about it either. So they collect that. And then once again, my mind went to, where did the placentas go? That's why I said we are far from over. And this is like this time when we talk about this particular wave portal of vision. What is the vision that you're holding? What is the vision that you hold value to for yourself? What is the vision that you're holding? What is your projection that you're holding? If everyone holds projection of their higher self and being empowered and taking in these codes that are coming in right now, you're stepping into that. You're owning it. So when we talk about the silver cord, this is connected to also your pineal gland. And it is stimulated from the higher light realm. Okay? This is also connected into your 8 fetal cells that sit at the bottom of your coccyx, your tailbone. Okay? Those 8 fetal cells are the activators that help to start up the Kundalini energy. Okay? When that Kundalini energy is connected, it runs up through the spine and then it goes into the, what we call the sovereign medulla oblongata. And once it hits that, it goes into the 9th energy center that is linked into the throat. Why do you think a lot of stuff that's been coming up been interfering with the throat? I can't seem to get rid of this cough. Okay. So the energy centers with the medulla oblongata transfers into the neural messages from the brain to the spinal cord. The 9th chakra is the mouth of creator. It opens up through the back of the neck of the skull. And is also called the golden chalice. I really have to stop going down rabbit holes because once I get started on a rabbit hole, I go way down there. I go in there, get the info, and I come back up here, and then I vet it out, and I'm having communications. Then they actually show me the opening in anatomy where the spinal cord runs into the back of the neck, into that open foramen. That's the golden chalice. That is why when I do work on people and I'm working on them, I put sacred oils right in that spot. And I massage it and keep it open. So they are connected. You start feeling these points on the back of your neck getting sore and really tight, you need to take the time and go massage them. You want to use good rose oil, cedar, sage, and massage the points on the back of your neck. Because between now and Sunday, and it's going to be enhanced pressure on the back of the neck if you haven't already had it or feeling it. You're going to get those headaches. Now, those headaches are also the feeling of the earth plates moving and shifting because we have so much of the plasmic light, which is the celestial light. I like how Stefan Burns calls it that. That's hitting us because of all the different planetary alignment, which makes it celestial. Now, when we really put it into perspective, with this comes celestial fighting. This is why I said it's happening above us, happening below us. Okay? So, if we did not feel that earthquake, that's because it was something going on in the waters that was just a quick boom, shifting, and then it stopped. It didn't have time to, when an earthquake starts, it starts small and it builds up and then it finally goes, and then it lets itself go. It didn't get into that whole part of it, depending on where it really was. So it was up more Oregon, then dropped down towards California. Okay. So this is called the Golden Chalice. This is where the cosmic information and wisdom is connected. This is also a place where the blood codes are activated. Now you're probably saying, what's the blood codes? What's in your blood? Because my dream last night was all about, they wanted to get my blood and test it. And synchronicity plays out in the real time. I come across information about blood codes, the golden chalice, all linked into the silver code, the cord that connects us through your soul, through your throat, through your pineal gland, that cord. That's the one that releases when you're done with this body and you move on to your next soul adventure. That's the one that releases. But while you're alive and breathing, that does not need to come undone for some crazy reason. It needs to stay intact. So when we talk about when you go off in dream world and you go to the astral plane and you meet up with lower vibrations, you want to protect that cord. All right? And this is why I was saying yesterday, when things happen, that gets frayed and kinked up sometimes from stuff that's happened. So, the energy B, everyone, you need to pay attention to when the Queen Elizabeth theory is happening. To let it all be done. Now, this can also play out just like in that movie, The Darkest Hour. Okay, remember that one? Where these young kids go over to Russia and they're trying to get their technology off the ground and the guy stole it from them and they're over there now and they're partying and then all of a sudden these weird light things start falling from the sky. These were these beings that fed on energy. The Darkest Hour is free on YouTube. And they just, I remember when I first watched the movie and I saw the cop when they went outside because everything went down. Like Their cell phones went dead, the lights went off, everything, because these beings pull in the energy. They suck up the energy. So this cop, when they're all standing outside, it's typical. Isn't it typical? He's going to get his little baton thing and he's sticking it out there and he touches it and that thing just took him and abbreviated him. He just, bleh. Nothing was, and then everybody saw that and they all running. So that's going to be an energy playing out. But what I was shown earlier, after I putting all this stuff together in my mind and I made out my notes and I go in and go take the shower, I see these guardians and I'm like, wow, I said guardians yesterday, but are you here now? And they said, yes, we are. We're doing the cleanup phase. And I'm like, you mean like the rapture? And they said, some can call it that. We just call it the cleanup phase. We get rid of the most eradicated ones that have been so detrimental to humanity. I mean, saying it very calmly. Now, there's one that's talking, but I can see the group that he's with behind him. And they have armor on, and it's silver and gold, and it's very light piercing. And they have these swords of these lights when they go in, because when they use these on these particular beings, this light is the supercharged energy that comes from the sun. They are able to hold it, and they use it on these beings, and it just eradicates them immediately. So I'm like, wow. And then, of course, me being the Capricorn that I am, I turn around and I say things like, I am in the shower right now and you're in here. And I immediately hear, we're not looking. So I'm like, thank you. And it was funny, they all kind of talked in unison in this last part, and they said, you are the priestess. And I go, yeah. I'm one of many priestesses. And they said, oh, well, we know. And then it was like, poof, they were gone. And I was like, just kind of washing up, and I'm like, and then that song came into my head, and I'm like, yeah, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Rose, get that extra rose on me. It really is. So, yeah, it's about to get very surreal. So I want everyone to take a nice deep breath, because there was this one part that we do have to deactivate right now that's going to help you with the codes that are coming in within the next 4 days. And it's not going to take long to do, because this is going to be like fire. It's going to be like moving fast. So everyone taking a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale it out. Some of you are going to feel this immediately, okay? But I wrote it down the way that it was presented. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. This is our way that we access into our higher selves. Drop into your sacred heart space. Take a deep breath here. Hold the breath. Exhale it out. Take another deep breath here. Exhale it out. And then just see a very beautiful violet orb of light, violet color, spiraling with a beautiful divine white light, diamond light inside of it. The light source. The source light within the beautiful violet orb of light is going to come straight down the soul star into the crown, into the third eye, into the throat, into the sacred heart space, into the solar plexus, into the sacral, into the root, dropping down into the earth star, and finally into the water star. Here we make the conscious connection into the divine source, into our higher self connection. Here is where we say we are connected as the energy flows back into the sacred heart space. And here is where we reside in our sacredness of who we are. Here you will command that all hybrid genetics of AI codes will now be removed, deactivated, and all alien negative codes will be deactivated and neutralized. So any of these codes that have wreaked havoc through the physical body, the spiritual body, the emotional body, the mental body, is now being deactivated. For in this present moment, in our divine sovereign, we command it so. And so it is. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Feel the movement of anything that is non-divine be deactivated, neutralized, transmuted across all third dimensional timelines, planetorial timelines, and space. Through all ancestral timelines, mother-father cellular memory timelines, and all miasms. These codes are now being deactivated. Through the spine, through the blood codes, through all cellular parts of the DNA and the RNA that is non-divine. For it is done, is done, is done. Feel the clearing through the sacred heart space as it drops into the solar plexus, the sacral, the root, into the earth star and the water star, and back all the way up to the sacred heart. Again, clearing the throat, third eye, crown, and beautiful soul star. Now moving that into the universal the spirit in the universal chakra, the galactic chakra, and into the creator gateway. Breathe. Inhale, exhale it out. Breathe. Allow the energy to move you, to move through you, to expand to your heart space. Allow your clarity of self to be united. Allow yourself to feel and hear and see clearly. And nothing that is not divine has no rights over you, has no permission in your space, for you command it so. So all light codes of the golden chalice will be activated now. Activate. Bringing in a beautiful orb of golden light. Thank you, the beautiful orb of the violet light and source light. Now allow that source light to transfer into the golden ball of light. Activating the beautiful golden chalice of the skull, the back of the neck. Feel the activation coming in. Take a deep breath here and open the mouth, forming an O shape of the mouth. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale in through the mouth. Hold. Exhale out. Take both fingers of the two fingers, place them to the back of your neck. Tilt the head back. Press in and up, and then press in and down, and then spread out. And right at the cusp here, press in and down. Take a breath. Breathe. And just allow that energy to expand. Feel the connection. If it makes you feel like you're going to yarn, yarn. And just simply say, I accept divine wisdom through my golden chalice of myself. I accept divine wisdom through the activation of my golden chalice of my higher self. Feel that. And breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale it out. This is complete. Thank you. Silver light in. Thank you. Anchor into the high timeline. Mother Earth. Thank you. And when you are ready, slowly bring awareness to your fingertips and your toes. And open your eyes gently as a gaze as you settle and come back in. And let me know by showing heart emojis, roses, that you made it back in, that you're good. It also lets me know that we are still connected and I can see you. Okay, is everybody back? Drink water. That last part where that one vibration of the bowl just kept going and going and going, that was the intense deactivator for the artificial energies. And now we're going to go ahead and wrap up our portal work of today, of our vision work and how we see ourselves. So today is the day that you make that time to take those medicine baths and do that journal writing of the messages that you're receiving. Be prepared that you will be clearing your throat and releasing pressure through the ears here, because the activation of that golden chalice is all about all in here, all in this area. So all of that's going to be getting released. Jesus. Okay. So just FYI, thank you. Those of you that did your purchase back in earlier this year, when I started with the crystal grid oracles, those of you that have done that and did the purchase of this, those crystal grids that are in this and are on the cards are the activated grid energies that you can use by either setting your water on top of it. I would put a plastic coating, like a plastic sheet or something, or glass on top of the card so it won't ruin your card. And the water will take a photo of the intention of the grid in the card so that you can drink that. And it'll be a part of, of the celestial codes that are coming in. Now, it's not only just celestial codes that are coming in from the sun, it is also star codes as well as water codes that are lifted up into our ethers and that we are working with. Those are sacred water codes. It's not like you have to go and get into a lake, a river or so. The water of the hydrogen part of what makes up our oxygen is in total divine codement that we're breathing in to help aid the body into rapid healing. And when you're in that place of that healing of itself, it allows the body to capture those codes and directly send it into the DNA and the RNA so it can be received and responded through the body, which is why the drink is important. But you have to go to the webpage of the WordPress to read it and do your research. Okay, our ending is going to be number 2, courage, strength, fierceness, and family. And this is the priestess of light. sacred gratitude, reverence, and appreciation and prayer. Go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and receiving, number 25. In Beyond Lemuria, we have number 23, Endless Opportunities. There's the bubble of the lights. And then we have the merging of the divine through the soul star chakra. Cannot make this up. And then our sacred medicine with the crystal grid is going into insight, which is that iolite. Remember, I showed you my big piece of iolite. The truth is the Smithsonian. And then we move into yet another card about the flow is the Caribbean calcite, which is like a greenish blue color, kind of like an aquamarine. All right, lovelies. Be So Light Tribe, this is it for the 6th portal activation. Tomorrow we will be on the 7th, but make sure you do your connection work for today's portal work. What does that feel like to you for your vision? What is the vision that you're holding true for yourself? Okay, what is the vision? All right, if there's no questions, go over and read that newsletter. Get that info and get things while you can and start them. Okay? You have to. And just make sure that if you're not on any kind of medical like blood thinners and stuff, do your research so that you will know that certain things that you eat or what that have vitamin K in it is a clotting factor. So if your doctor puts you on something to help thin your blood and then you're taking something that clots your blood, you want to be cautious of that. Okay? So just kind of be aware of that. All right. All right. If there is no questions, I call this medicine portal of today of December Thursday the 5th of the Blue Galactic Monkey activated, and we're in it. And then tomorrow we step into the yellow solar human. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself, pay attention to your dreams, and beware of the so-called hospitals or the clinics that trying to yank you into. Don't go left, go right. Go right. Get out of there. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Thank you for being here. Be so light. Be so light. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.